Hello, this is Darren, and I'm going to continue on from where we left off last time uh, with this unit testing way of developing Rails applications. So last time I built a very simple controller called Weather Controller, and the whole point of this website was to allow people to comment on the weather. So I started with an action. Of course, this isn't going to necessarily work, but instead of writing a Rails test, using RSpec that tests through the view and all of that, I kind of like to have, real things drive the development. So we want to build a website, so I'm going to start with firing up Rails and hitting the website and seeing what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and just, fire up Rails. Of course, we'll give it a minute. Okay. I get the empty site, of course, because I forgot to delete the public .index. So let me delete that. Now what do we get? So no route matches. So, like more of a test-driven development, even though it's not a test, an automated test, we're going to let the app tell us what to do next. So it says no route matches the root route. So that's set up in routes here. So we call this weather, and I think we called it say hello, which will change later. But for now, I'm just going to let that happen. Okay, now I'm at a spot where it says that I have an undefined method action on the weather controller. So let's go to the weather controller. And the problem here is that this isn't a weather controller. It's not an application controller. A controller in Rails has to inherit from application controller, or at least action controller. So let's write a test for it. I'm going to take this test out, say hello, because we're not care about that. I'm going to say it should be an application controller. Weather controller new is a application controller, which they added is an, but is a application controller. Let's try running our tests. Open the window. Okay. Later on, I'm going to show a gem that I made for quickly testing. But for now, I'm just going to type SB. All you need to know about right now is that's going to run all of the tests I have in my app. There's a test. Oh, I should actually assert this, shouldn't I? So this is why we have to have test fail first. Must equal true. See, I just said the weather controller must be an application controller. If you didn't catch the last one, I'm using mini tests, and I'm using just basic stuff here. So that didn't pass. So I made it be an application controller. That test passed. Let's hit this again. All right. So now it's hitting the action, but now it's saying we're missing a view. So let's add a view. Let's say we call this weather. So in Rails, you have to have a view that matches the action by default. Say hello, HTML ERB. Actually, I'm going to have to put anything in here. Let's see what happens. All right. So this is, I think, the end of this lesson. We've taken a small step forward by letting either the broken app or a failing test drive every step we took, and we went from having no working web page to at least an empty web page. So we'll start from here next time.